Hello everyone, welcome back to the main episode of Health on the Bed. My name is Chooing, dietitian from VitaHealth, and I will be hosting the episode today with the team Prioritizing Your Skin Health for a Confident Life. I bet most of us wish to have a smooth, clear, glowing, and younger looking skin. The concept of beauty is no longer restricted to female, as more and more men are embracing beauty routines and also products. And hence, we are constantly searching for solutions to help our skin look and feel better. If you are one of those who constantly searching ways to enhance your skin appearance, this episode is for you. Today, we will be discussing on how to take care of our skin health, which is the first step to boost our confidence. We are honored to have Dr. Irshath with us, who is a dermatologist from KMI Taman Desa Medical Center. Let's welcome Dr. Irshath.
Hello, everyone.
Dr. Irshath, it is our pleasure to have you here with us today. I'm really excited and I have a lot of questions to ask because taking care of skin health, especially after the age of 30, okay, that's me, is so important. Before we start, let me give a short introduction on our guest today. Dr. Irshath has more than 18 years of experience serving in government hospital, and currently he is a practicing consultant dermatologist with KMI Taman Desa Medical Center. And doctor, you have been through a great journey before landing in dermatology. Skin is the biggest organ in our body and it reflects the state of our health and well-being. And taking care of our skin is definitely an act of self-care and self-love. And having a clear and glowing skin is one of the ways to feel more confident socially and emotionally. And Dr. Irshath, can you enlighten us what causing different types of skin conditions, like is it good skin lie in our genes?
Genetics does play an influence in how our skin behaves. So whether you have oily skin, dry skin, or normal skin, and whether your skin ages physiologically, or whether you have accelerated aging. But despite having the genetic lottery of the best looking skin, there are many environmental factors that can influence that. So some of these environmental factors, for example, chronic sun exposure. If you're always exposed to the sun, then that can cause chronic photo damage. That means skin damage due to sun, and that will give you an aged appearance. You'll start developing more wrinkles, uh, more fine lines, and other factors like stress, smoking, pollution also can impact. So having the best skin, genetics, yes, does play a role, but there are other factors involved that might affect that. Besides the genetics, we can divide our skin into 6 classes of skin color. This is called the Fitzpatrick classification of skin color. So the first 3 classes belong to white Caucasian skin, and the first class, where it's people with very, very fair skin, white Caucasian skin, usually with blonde hair or red hair and blue eyes. This type of skin tends to burn very easily. Therefore, they require more sunscreen, as opposed to type 4, 5, and 6, where the skin does not burn too easily, but they also require sunscreen to protect from the harmful UV rays. These are some of the conditions that can affect how our skin behaves.
So, as a dermatologist, what are the most common skin issues that you have seen so far?
Well, common skin issues that I often see in the clinic, acne. Acne is a common skin issue. Eczema is also pretty common. And then there's psoriasis, hives. The layman term is called hives. The medical term would be urticaria. And contact dermatitis, which is often due to allergies, or it can be due to irritants. So allergies is another complex topic. It can be due to food, drugs, plants, even metal. And sometimes these allergies happen or occur in occupation. For example, if your occupation involves wearing rubber gloves or rubber boots, so you might develop an allergy to rubber. And depending where you work, if you're exposed to wood dust, steel dust, or fiberglass, then you could develop allergy towards those substances. And quite often I also get people who are concerned about pigmentation, dark spots on their skin. We sometimes call this sunspots in the layman term, but the medical term would be solar lentigines or seborrheic keratosis. So patients they become concerned because most of the time it occurs on their face. And the other concerns, other conditions like aging, natural aging or accelerated aging, due to primarily due to chronic sun exposure, and also stress. But there are other factors like smoking, alcohol, pollution also can contribute to aging, or rubber boots. So you might develop an allergy to rubber. And depending where you work, if you're exposed to wood dust, steel dust, or fiberglass, then you could develop allergy. There's also a condition called autoimmune. Autoimmune means whereby your body turns against you. Some antibodies in your body are supposed to be protective, but if they turn against you, then you might develop skin conditions which are categorized as autoimmune.
Yeah, doctor, just so you mentioned a few of the skin conditions, and is acne or eczema or contact dermatitis make like top 3 of your patients?
Actually, yes. Acne is pretty common. Eczema is also definitely very, very common in both adults and also children. And contact dermatitis, because these days, even if you don't have you don't need to have eczema to have allergies. Almost any patient can develop allergies to a myriad of factors, like food, drugs, plants, metal, and a lot of things. So yeah, these are some of the common skin conditions that I do come across.
And there are many simple day-to-day habits that can help us to improve our skin conditions. With that, we would like to ask doctor about the skincare routine tips that everyone can make to achieve great skin. And yeah, doctor, please share about what other things that we can do.
Okay, so I always tell my patients that they need to apply sunscreen. So when you're doing your skincare regimen, you want to apply from the thinnest to the thickest. So you won't start with something oily, because if you put something oily on your face, then the rest of the creams it's going to be difficult for them to get absorbed. So you obviously would start with a cleanser. So there are so many cleansers on the market, and if you have sensitive skin, then you might want to choose a cleanser that is hypoallergenic, is gentle, that doesn't contain any fragrance, and probably alcohol free. And these days, when you choose something, um, some of you might have noticed, it might be written SLS free or paraben free. So these are some of the chemicals that can irritate your skin, especially if you have sensitive skin or if you have a pre-existing skin condition like eczema or even psoriasis or just dry skin. And the type of cleansers, there are cleansers for acne, gel-based cleansers for acne. So those type of cleansers, they contain components that can help your acne, such as, for example, benzoyl peroxide or salicylic acid. So these are actually cleansers that are tailored for the type of skin that you have. The other thing is that when you cleanse your face, maybe you can do it twice a day, in the morning and again when you come back at night. And if you have a lot of makeup around your eye, you can use a dedicated eye makeup remover. You can leave the dedicated eye makeup remover on your eye for a couple of minutes before you cleanse your face. And sunscreen, that's very important. You need to apply your sunscreen at least half an hour before you go out. The thing about sunscreens is that you are spoiled for choices. There are many sunscreens in the market, so which one are you going to get? Are you going to get SPF 15, SPF 30, and SPF 50? So what does this SPF stand for? So SPF is a grading system of sun protection factor, and SPF protects you against UVB, ultraviolet B rays. So SPF 50, for example, will confer 98% protection against the sun's UVB rays, whereas SPF 30 will confer something like 96.7% of the sun's UVB rays, and SPF 15 confers something about 93%. So if you have very, very fair skin, then I would recommend you take SPF 50. But for those with darker skin, you don't, SPF 30 or maybe SPF 15 would be sufficient. And then there's the other component called, I don't know, whether maybe you've noticed in the sunscreen, under SPF, there'll be something called PA.
Yeah, I saw this before, but I didn't know what does it stands for.
So PA is another grading system. It's either graded as a 1+, 2+, 3+, or 4+. So PA protects you from UVA. See, the sun's ultraviolet rays, there's UVA, there's UVB, and UVC. So most of the UV rays that penetrates the atmosphere and reaches the surface of the Earth is UVA. So UVA can penetrate your skin deeper, and then it can damage your skin's DNA, and it can lead to other more sinister things like skin cancer. That's why it's important for the sunscreen. And it also causes tanning. Whereas UVB, about 5% or slightly more than 5% of UVB penetrates the atmosphere and reaches the Earth's surface. So UVB tends to cause burning or redness in your skin. So PA is a grading system to protect you against UVA. So if you want to choose a sunscreen, SPF 50 and probably PA 3+ is a good choice.
Okay, thanks for the recommendation, doctor. Now I know what to look for getting my sunscreen. And then besides that, what are the food or ingredients that you would like to share with us that in order to achieve a glowy and healthy skin?
I often tell my patients to take a variety of fruits and vegetables that is rich in vitamin C, vitamin E, collagen, good fats, zinc, selenium, B5, vitamin B3, low glycemic index food, and hydrate plenty. So they can get most of these vitamins and minerals from foods such as berries such as strawberries, cranberries, blueberries, elderberries, blackcurrant, oranges, guava, kiwi, which is all rich in vitamin C. So you need to eat a rainbow of colorful fruits and vegetables for you to get that glowing skin. And vitamin C is also is important because it plays a role in producing your collagen, which collagen is important for your skin strength, support, and elasticity. So besides vitamin C, vitamin E would also be good, which you can obtain from nuts like almond, walnuts, good fats like avocados or other nuts like hazelnut, pine nuts, and seeds like sunflower seed or pumpkin seed. Selenium is also a powerful antioxidant that works alongside vitamin C and vitamin E. One way to boost your selenium is also from nuts, in particularly Brazil nuts would be good. So if you can take 2 or 3 Brazil nuts would be sufficient because they're quite filling. And if you can't get hold of Brazil nuts, you can get selenium from marine foods like fish, shellfish, eggs, wheat germ, tomato, vegetables like broccoli. And the other thing I would recommend is also zinc, which helps to keep the skin supple. It can also plays a role in regulating the amount of oil that is produced in your oil-producing glands in your skin. And it helps in the healing process of your skin or repair any skin damage. So zinc is also rich in fish, in lean meat, egg, whole grains, poultry like chicken, nuts, seeds, and also shellfish. Good fats you can get from like omega-3 fatty acids. Good fats you can get from fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, water fishes like herring, anchovy, um, fruits like other foods like avocado, nuts and seeds like walnuts, almond, and pumpkin seeds, and also chia seeds. These are foods that are good in, high in omega-3 fatty acids.
We have astaglutatione and L-glutathione. Both skin supplements contains antioxidants such as astaxanthin, alpha-lipoic acid, vitamin C, and L-glutathione, which can help to protect skin against cell damage and inhibit melanin productions in the skin, and hence give you a brighter and healthier skin. I see. So beside the ingredients that you mentioned just now, like glutathione and other things, so I read some people they've done some home remedy to improve their skin condition, including you put the turmeric powder into their mask, homemade mask. So what is your view about this? Like why they use turmeric into their skincare routine?
Turmeric has been around for hundreds of years. So turmeric has been used traditionally as something that is anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and also it's been researched in also cancer as anti-neoplastic. But turmeric is also an antioxidant. So if it's an antioxidant, that means it's capable of removing any free radicals from your body. The component of turmeric that is beneficial is called curcumin or curcuma longa. So turmeric is there are two forms of turmeric. Turmeric that you get from powdered roots. This is the turmeric which you can buy on the shelf in supermarkets or in sundry shop, which you use as spice for your cooking. And the other source of turmeric is turmeric extract. Turmeric extract is produced through science and technology to extract the curcumin to its maximum potential, up to 95% of curcumin. So turmeric extract would be beneficial for skin because it's an antioxidant, but it's also beneficial for a lot of other things like for your gut health, for your brain health, for your cognition. That means your memory, and also it's anti-inflammatory. That means if you have any joint pain like a gout uh, or joint pain due to any injuries, it may help as an anti-inflammatory agent to reduce your pain, but probably not as the mainstay treatment. You still need to address what is exactly causing your pain. You need to be investigated by a doctor to see what sort of injuries you might have, whether you have gout, whether you have any joint injuries due to cartilage and whatnot. So you cannot, but you can probably use it as an addition, as a supplement. Supplement means something which you add in addition to your daily diet and also to your mainstay treatment to whatever disease that or skin condition that you may have.
Yeah, I agree that diet is always first. VitaHealth Turmercumin and Tumor Care contains high-strain turmeric extract with bioactive curcuminoids, which can help to reduce overall body inflammation that eventually can help to improve skin health as well as general health. Okay, just now we have talked about our topical application on skin health and also diet and how to nourish ourselves from within. However, due to our busy lifestyle nowadays, I think taking good care of ourselves through diet or exercise seems something hard to achieve, especially for those like someone like me who always eat out or travel for a far distance to work. So in your clinic, how many percent of clients come to you and say, Doctor, actually I'm eating well, just my face still look the same?
All right. Actually, most of my patients they don't eat well. Okay, so if you go through their diet, for them, maybe their definition of well is different from the doctor's definition of eating well. So if you go through the diet, then you can actually pinpoint what exactly might be aggravating their existing skin condition. For example, acne. So sometimes I take time. I take the time to go through what they eat. In the morning, for their lunch, whether they eat anything between lunch and dinner, and how many teaspoons of sugar they're taking, whether they're taking any three-in-one drinks, beverages, which are usually pretty sweet. So I go through the diet quite extensively and thoroughly. Regarding their their lifestyle, whether they're getting enough sleep or not, it really depends on their work commitments. So it's pretty difficult for anyone to go. It's difficult for them to some patients to go to sleep at 10 p.m. and get up as early as 6, so that you get at least 8 hours of sleep. And also, the majority of my patients, and sad to say, I guess sometimes myself included, go to sleep pretty late. But I try to get a minimum 7 hours of sleep. Um, so that it really depends on the patient's lifestyle, their work commitments, and whether they can really follow a healthy sleep pattern cycle.
Yeah, I think 7 hours of sleep consider luxury to
Yeah.
some of the working adults. Okay, so beside that, I also see that there's some evidence coming up saying that actually our microbiota, our pro or prebiotic or our bacteria in our gut can actually affect our skin health, for example, acne and also eczema. So what is your opinion on probiotic and skin health?
Right. So when you talk about probiotics are microorganisms that help in our immunity. So in terms of supplements, there are probiotics, which does exactly that, and then there's also prebiotics, which when taken as a supplement, it will help to stimulate desirable microorganisms. And there's also some another one is called symbiotics, whereby it's a mix, a combination of between probiotics and prebiotics. So probiotics contain ingredients like bifidobacteria, lactobacillus, and Saccharomyces boulardii. These are some of the ingredients that are beneficial for our immunity. So probiotics you can also get probiotics from source of probiotics from yogurt, from fermented food, and the other would be, of course, supplements. So there has been research of probiotics with several diseases associated with skin, such as acne. So it has been researched to actually say that it may be beneficial to reduce your acne eruptions, and it could work in synergistic with your existing acne treatment. Besides acne, even in psoriasis, it has been researched, and also in eczema and contact dermatitis and urticaria. So the research is some of the researchers are animal studies. So extensive research on human trials. It's not it may be beneficial, but it's always important that you do not sway away from your conventional treatment, your mainstay treatment for your existing skin disorders. Probiotic is a supplement, and as a supplement, you can take it in addition if it doesn't cause any health issues in yourself, such as allergies. It doesn't impair your liver. It doesn't cause any impair your kidney and whatnot.
I see. So getting a healthy gut not only can improve your overall immunity, but also can give you a healthy skin. And yeah, I read some studies that show that pre and probiotic food may decrease the risk of developing allergic skin disease such as eczema or like you say, psoriasis, or even improve skin barrier functions. For example, probiotic strain named Bifidobacterium brief M16V has been shown to improve atopic dermatitis symptoms besides support immune system. VitaHealth Probiotic Defense consists of 2 billion of Bifidobacterium breath M16 premium strain imported from Japan. It is suitable for children and adults to soothe skin allergy symptoms besides promoting gastrointestinal health and immune health. So aside from topical thing, food and supplement, we should not neglect the importance of water too. So doctor, how many liters of water that we should drink per day to get our skin hydrated?
All right. So I always go by 8 by 8 rule, whereby 8 ounces of water, which is roughly about 236 milliliters of water, multiplied by 8 times a day. So this will accumulate. This will come up to roughly about 2 liters of water, which is half a gallon. But if you're constantly, if your work environment is that you're always exposed to the sun, you're always under the sun, or if you're always sweating a lot, then you probably need to drink a little bit more than 2 liters. Like, for example, United States recommendation, because Caucasians are bigger, obviously. So women in the United States, sometimes they may have to consume up to 2.7 liters, and men up to 3.7 liters. So it really depends on your body size, but on an average, 2 liters would be sufficient to hydrate yourself. But in our condition, sometimes in environmental conditions, especially in countries like ours, where we get pretty intense heat, and sometimes made worse because of the haze. So you might need to hydrate yourself and take slightly more than 2 liters. You can always tell that you're dehydrated. If your lips are too dry, it begins to chap, it begins to peel, and you can have a look at your tongue. If your tongue is too dry, it'll appear coated, so you can tell whether you're getting enough fluids or not.
Just curiosity, do you meet any patient just come to you, doctor, I don't want to change anything. You have anything to improve my face? Because in my practice, I don't want to cut diet. I just want to lose weight. Have you met any patient like that? They don't want to do any lifestyle changes. They just want you to give them quick remedy.
Yes, I have met probably 1 or 2 patients like that, where they want a quick remedy, but I often have to counsel them and reassure them that there's no shortcut. Crash diets are not good, because if you lose weight pretty fast, then it's not very healthy on your skin. So I'll tell them that there's no shortcut. We'll have to take things one step at a time, and they need to be patient.
Wow, I really learned a lot from this conversation because from what I've been understanding, skincare is always like eat fruits or just put a lot of things on your face, moisturize your skin. But sometimes, we say the powder or the cream doesn't stick on your face. So it might translate into some of our dietary habits, our sleep not enough, or not even getting enough hydration, which can cause a lot of skin problems. So from what you have shared just now, getting a good skin is just not like 1 or 2 methods. There's a lot of steps that we have to build slowly, or the habit slowly build it, so that we can eventually have a glow and healthy skin. So before we end the episode, what would be your takeaway message?
All right. My takeaway message would be, don't self-diagnose, and don't self-treat any skin condition that you may not be sure of, or what you might have exactly. If you're not sure, you can always get a consult from your skin specialist, because sometimes pigmentation might be more complex than you think. So it's always good to get an opinion from a professional. And the second would be, try not to buy over-the-counter creams or medicines, especially if they require a prescription, because sometimes you might be purchasing potent creams, like potent steroids, potent depigmenting creams, that if used in the long run may cause unwanted side effects. And the last takeaway message I would have to again emphasize: use your sunscreen. You can always remember this thing sometimes I tell my patients when they use sunscreen: um, slip, slop, slap, slide, and shade. So slip on a long sleeve shirt or long pants. Slop some sunscreen. Slap on a wide brim hat. Slide on some shades, and shade yourself. Use an umbrella. So you can remember that. When you apply your sunscreen.
We have listened so many times, sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. This is very, very important. And I really like your point of saying don't self-diagnose. Google always gives us a lot of health issue. Like, oh my God, I have skin cancer. Oh my God, I have this and this. And yeah, self-diagnosis is very dangerous. And remember, always seek for dermatologist if you think something is wrong with your skin. And then, thank you so much for your valuable insight and advice, Dr. Irshath. It has been a wonderful having you on this episode.
Well, thank you, Chooing, for having me today. It was a delight to come over and talk about skin health and some common skin diseases.
And we would like to thank our audience for tuning in. Don't forget to like and share this episode of Health on the Beat with your friends and family. And don't forget to follow our Facebook, Instagram, and Xiaohongshu for more interesting updates. If you have any feedbacks for us, you can message us through VitaHealth Malaysia Facebook page. Stay tuned for our next episode of Health on the Beat. Take care and stay safe.